which is like the exact time, which most of the time is midnight, that they are legally allowed to sell it.
And then we got an hour.
My name is Chris Edwards, if you want my last name. I play the shit out of games. Like, a lot, probably far too much.
Turn both sticks to the right, you can see Chief in his pod on the pillar of water.
Really?
Yeah. I'm Cameron, Chris's brother. Basically been playing games since I was 6, I guess, about that. Well, I'm not a complete nerd. I used to play rugby and shit in school, so which Chris never did. He didn't play sports.
All throughout school, I played all sports. Like, every single sport I think that they offered I was playing, but I was still also playing games every afternoon.
He played, I think, what, a couple of months of AFL or something in year 11.
We got our first console when we were 6. Zelda.
Super Mario.
When you could play multiplayer Super Mario. Zelda was never multiplayer, but it was that kind of whole sit there and say like, no, go left, no, your other left.
About all we do together.
That's all we do.
There is your number.
And I just do want to double check, because it is a weird screw around thing. I just asked you so. Just pull it up on the second page. Sweet.
Golden. That's later, man.
Sunk my battleship.
We actually made a little Halo video in high school, doing film and television in year 10. I might be able to get hold of one, but it's pretty bad. We made a suit out of a motorcycle helmet and some styrofoam painted and stuck to a painting suit. It was good fun, but you look back on it now and you thought it was awesome when you did it, and then you're like, oh god.
It was just always terrible.
Oh, my arm! Die!
My online identity is Korthal. I thought I was being sneaky, and I found this awesome site that had suffixes and prefixes for Elvish words. A month after I made it, I just found out that it was a breed of dog. So now people give me shit.
Originally, it was pretty awesome, like when this one first came out, purely because like we'd get 16 of our friends all together and literally just spend 12 hours.
It was fantastic for passing the time in a small town and not drink when you couldn't drink. Talk to people and go, oh yeah, we're just playing games. And like, oh, you're such a nerd.
Well, if you sit out the front, like if you sit out the front of the Manor Bar on a Saturday, Friday night, and you watch like everyone else who's not part of the Manor Bar walk past, they always make comments.
A couple of friends of ours opened up a bar and said, you know what would be awesome? Let's put gaming and drinking together in a bar. Actually worked, and is probably one of the most popular places I've seen pick off. A few of the people that go there regularly, they are like the big, like they're either metalheads or footy jocks or something like that. They're not gamers specifically, and they'll just be like, no, and they're still cunts about it, like seriously. But then again, you get those guys who are you know, the socially awkward nerds who don't talk and are shy as shit when they're by themselves? Put a few drinks into them with like 20 other socially awkward nerds and they become the biggest annoying douche canoes on the planet.
It's like the musos in school.
Still a huge stigma, but not quite as bad as it used to be, because a lot more people are getting into it, not just gamers.
We got it for $5.50, $5.49 if you want to be specific. And then it's written weirdly, but totaling $220 for the Legendary Edition. It's like all of my tax. Which, a week and a half? Well, at this new job it's only a week, but at my old job it was about a week and a half's worth. So, that made, and then I got fired, so then I spent money that I should have been living on a console and Reach, which I'm alright with. I survived, I mean...
She introduced us to Zelda, which was technically the first game we ever played. We introduced her to WoW as well, and then she ended up playing that more than we did. Still does, and that's where she met like our stepdad as well. So she was like, "Oh, so me and this guy here," like who told me his in-game name. It's like, we've been talking for a while on the internet. I like him, and I'm like, "Okay, do you want to run an instance or something?"
Like, she was a big influence, but I don't think it was intentional. It just kind of came across that she liked games, but obviously, like, her generation wasn't as decked out as we are now. Well, I hope I wasn't a shithead kid. I probably was. But no, like, she'd sit down and play games with us, or, like, if we were doing it too much, she'd do the whole parental side of things and take it away from us and not just be like, I don't understand why my child won't stop playing. The solution to that is you stop paying his account for him, or don't start in the first place. It's just simple shit that a lot of parents just think they can overlook and just get anyone else to police it for them, which shits me to tears.
You go home now. Basically,
the day it comes out,
yeah.
they do a big hype about it.
Because a lot of companies don't actually allow any games to be sold until a specific street date, whatever the hell you want to call it, and if they do, they get fined a lot. So I guess the launch is like the exact time, which most of the time is midnight, that they are legally allowed to sell it without getting in trouble, so they have a shitload of people rock up to buy it all at once, or as at once as they can get.
But no, I'm going to do the same thing, like, yes, you can play, but no, you got to do your homework first, all that crap, and just do it properly. My girlfriend's pregnant at the moment, so, yeah, it'll last me in 4 months. If work stresses me the fuck out, I do enjoy just sitting down in my room with no one else around to be able to just sit there and just focus on, like, as lame and as nerdy as shit as it sounds, you really do kind of lose yourself while playing games, because it's kind of like you're taking control of whatever you're controlling and just being it for a little while and not having to worry about the real world. I'll be playing and I'll be kept up to date with every console as it comes out. No, for me, no. I mean, I intend on playing games pretty much to the day I die.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
It's not a companion cube, but it'll do.
Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every